What is humility? Humility is not to go down as much as you can to please people who say you're not worth anything, you're not worthy of doing something, and that's just a lie. That's actually what Paul is rebuking in Colossians 2 and 3, that people are there who are in their self-chosen worship of God, which is in false humility. Yeah, that's hypocrisy. That's exactly what the Pharisees did. They accused Jesus of being the Son of God. And Jesus, he said that he's the Son of God. He didn't have any problem with that. And he was the most humble. He was the one who actually was the example, and he called us to learn from him humility. And I will read that now. And the introduction of these verses are so interesting. He's saying here in Matthew 11, "All things are delivered to me by my Father, and no one knows the Son except the Father, nor does anyone know the Father except the Son, and the one to whom the Son will reveal him. Come to me all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke on you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest to your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So here Jesus actually says that he's the Son of the Father in heaven, and he says that no one will see the Father except for the one who is being shown it through the Son. So he says that he has full authority, and he's not ashamed of it. He's not afraid of saying that. He is really saying that we need to learn from his humility, and that humility is with his full heart. And that means that you're actually saying and knowing and believing and acting accordingly to what you know who you are. What God has told you who you are. What God has made you who you are. So if someone accuses you, and we have these situations in the moment with my brother Attila together, we made a video about a false prophet, false apostle, and now all these cultish people, these followers of that false apostle, come and say, "How do you dare to accuse this man of God? Who are you? You are nothing, you are gay." This is actually what they are saying.
Two men who married to each other did a video about me and say I'm a false prophet. But for them, they are married to each other, and they are two men.
They are slandering us. You are racist just because we are African, all that stuff. And we need to resist that, and we need to say, hey guys, you are liars. We know who we are, and we have a calling, actually. We have a prophetic calling to do these things. And so there's now reason for us to actually be submitted to that kind of nonsense, to these kinds of accusations. That's just wicked. And Jesus, he was not going down. He was not submitting to the accusations, to the expectations of the Pharisees, who wanted him to just submit to their authority and say, yeah, it's true, I'm not the Son of God. This is not what he did. I show you what he did in John 5, verse 17. "But Jesus answered them, my Father works until now, and I work." Then because of this, the Jews sought the more to kill him, because he not only had broken the Sabbath, but also said that God was his Father, making himself equal with God. So Jesus made himself equal with God, and he is equal with God. Actually, he said in one instance, guys, if I say I don't know God, I don't know my Father, I'm actually a liar. And so when he said that, it was not a lie, and he was humble. He said that actually. He said the truth, and that's important. When people try to accuse you, push you down, you should really know if you have a calling of the Lord for this and this, and then you stand on it and say, no, I will not submit to your accusations. I know the Lord has given me that task. He has given me that word. He showed me what kind of identity I have, and I will not bow down. And there is much confusion. The devil wants to sow much confusion about that point of being humble. But that's really not so hard to understand. You just need to speak and think and act according to what God has shown you. That is what you need to do. You know, Paul said in Galatians that he did not counsel with flesh and blood when he got a calling from God. No, he just went and did, and he wasn't really caring about the people who were kind of respected. He didn't respect persons. He just did what the Lord told him. He didn't try to please the people, and we should do the same. We shouldn't submit to any accusations. You know, the accuser of the brethren is Satan. So when we get these kinds of attacks, we know that Satan is actually working through these people. He's abusing family sometimes. I saw that in the past with people that were heavily accused by family, and they were actually pushed down through it even. You know, one failed to lead his family into the walk with Christ because of it. He submitted to the accusations of the people. That's really something. We need to go and walk in through many tribulations into the kingdom of God. That's true, but we shouldn't submit to them. We shouldn't submit to the accusations. So that's a short thing for now. For today, the Lord bless you. Goodbye.